Hey everyone, welcome back with another session of geography. I hope you all are doing well. So today we'll continue the same chapter, that is drainage. Now, in the previous session, we have already discussed about the Himalayan river system and the different Himalayan rivers. So today we'll start the proceedings with the peninsular river systems. Now, the peninsular rivers. The main water divide in peninsular India is formed by the Western Ghats, now which runs from the north to south close to the western coast. Now, most of the major rivers of the peninsula, such as the Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and the Kaveri, they flow eastwards and drain into the Bay of Bengal. Now, these rivers make deltas at their mouths. Now, there are numerous small streams flowing west of the Western Ghats. The Narmada and the Tapi are the only long rivers which flow west and make estuaries. Now, if we see the drainage basins of the peninsular rivers, they are comparatively smaller in size in accordance to the Himalayan rivers. Fine. So, we'll discuss one by one all the peninsular rivers, the major ones. Now, first up we have that is the Narmada basin. Now, the Narmada rises in the Amarkantak hills in Madhya Pradesh. Now, it flows towards the west in a rift valley formed due to faulting. Now, on its way to the sea, the Narmada creates many picturesque locations. The Marble Rocks near Jabalpur, where the Narmada flows through a deep gorge, as you can see in the picture, and the Dhuadhar Falls, where the river plunges over steep rocks, are some of the notable ones. Now, all the tributaries of the Narmada are very short, and most of these join the main stream at right angles. Alright, so the main tributaries basically Hiran, Tendani, Koral, Kolar, Man, Uri, and Hatni. These are the main tributaries. And out of all these, Tawa is the longest tributary of the river Narmada. Fine. Now, the Narmada basin covers the parts of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Now, this river Narmada is the fifth longest river in India. Now, as it covers most parts of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat, so it is also known as the lifeline of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat for its huge contribution to the states in many different ways. Fine. Now, for saving the Ganga, as different programs were initiated, programs were undertaken by the government of India, the same way the Narmada River Conservation Mission has been undertaken by the government of Madhya Pradesh by a scheme named Namami Devi Narmade. And its main objectives are the same, just like as Ganga, to effective abatement of pollution, conservation, and rejuvenation of this river. Okay. Now, next up we have that is the Tapi basin. Now, the Tapi rises in the Satpura ranges in the Betul district of Madhya Pradesh. It also flows in a rift valley parallel to the Narmada, but it is much shorter in length. Okay, so its basin covers parts of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. And if you see the main tributaries of Tapi, these are Neshu, Arunavati, Burrai, Panjra, Girna, Purna, Mona. So all these are the main tributaries of the river Tapi. Now, if you see, guys, the coastal plains between Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea are very narrow. So hence the coastal rivers are much shorter. Okay, and out of all these, the main west flowing rivers are like Sabarmati, Mahi, Bharatpuzha, and Peri. Fine. Now, next up, if we see some east flowing rivers, the first one and the most important one that we have, that is the Godavari basin. Now, the Godavari is the largest peninsular river. It rises from the slopes of the Western Ghats in the Nasik district of Maharashtra. Its length is about 1500 kilometers and it drains into the Bay of Bengal. Now, its drainage basin is also the largest among all the peninsular rivers. The basin covers parts of Maharashtra. About 50% of the basin area lies in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, and also Andhra Pradesh. Now the Godavari, as you can see in the picture, the Godavari is joined by a number of tributaries such as the Purna, Wardha, Pranhita, the Manjara, the Wainganga, and the Penganga. And if you see, out of all these, the last three tributaries, these are very large, and because of its length and the area it covers, the Godavari is also known as the Dakshin Ganga. It is also known as the Dakshin Ganga. So that's very important. Now next up we have, that is the Mahanadi basin. Now here let's see what we have got. So the Mahanadi rises in the highlands of Chhattisgarh and it flows through Orissa to reach the Bay of Bengal. And if you see the length of the river is much shorter, so it's about 860 kilometers. Okay, so its drainage basin is shared by Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and Orissa. And if you see the main tributaries of river Mahanadi, these are Sionath, Jong, Hasde, Man, Eve, and On. All these are the main tributaries of the river Mahanadi. Okay. Now next up, another one we have, that is the Krishna basin. Now here, if you see, rising from a spring near Mahabaleshwar, the Krishna flows for about 1400 kilometers and it reaches the Bay of Bengal. Now the main tributaries, these are the Tungabhadra, Koyana, Ghatparava, the Musi, and the Bhima. These are some of its main tributaries. And its drainage basin is shared by Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. Fine. Now the last one that we have, that is the Kaveri basin. Now the Kaveri rises in the Brahmagiri range of the Western Ghats and it reaches the Bay of Bengal in south of Kudalur in Tamil Nadu. Now the total length of the river is about 760 kilometers. And if you see the main tributaries, its main tributaries are Amravati, Bhavani, Hemavati, and Kavini. So these are the main tributaries of the river Kaveri. And if you see the drainage area, so its basin drains parts of Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. Alright. Now, along with all these informations, another important information that we have, that is the river Kaveri makes the second biggest waterfall in India, as you can see in the picture. So it's known as the Siva Samudram Falls. This is the second biggest waterfall in India. And the hydroelectric power generated from these falls is supplied to Mysore, Bangalore, and the Kolar goldfield. Okay. That's the thing. Now, beside all these major rivers, there are some of the smaller rivers flowing towards the east. That are the Damodar, Brahmani, the Baitarani, and the Subarna Rekha are some notable examples. Okay, which flows towards the eastern side. Alright. So, that's all we have in this session. So in the next session we will discuss about the lakes and importance of lakes. So until the next time with other topics, bye bye.